Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Chris, your sneaker professor, or one of the sneaker professors, because I actually joined forces with social studies. And I don't know if you guys have heard of social studies, but they were one of the first podcast teams in sneaker culture. They were the first, actually. So all of these new podcasts that you see, they kind of got their start from looking at what social studies did. Now, social studies consist of D. Wells and my homie Sean, man. And this is what's really cool about that platform. They've worked with Bata Shoe Museum. They've worked with almost every brand in the sneaker industry. And what we decided to join forces on, and I'm showing you the social studies Instagram page. It'll be in the description, so you can click down there and check out the description and go and follow social studies. But we have long talked about the fact that most sneaker cons are consumer based. In other words, if you go to them, you're going there to buy something, trade something, and that's cool. We all love the idea of getting new sneakers, getting new kicks, and stuff like that. But what we found missing was the opportunity for you to walk into a job or a career with these sneaker brands that we love. So we've been working for years on how to organize and create a convention. And what we developed over the during 2022 was JoIN. So jobs of interest now available. And what we're going to do is we're going to post jobs throughout the year, and we're going to build towards having a conference where you can take your resume, get your resume checked out by people in certain jobs. And this is the most important part that you need to understand about the sneaker industry. It only exists in about 4 locations in the country. 5 if you count some distribution centers, which we are going to look at that. But what's important is if you want to be in the sneaker industry, you're going to have to move to Portland, Boston, or New Hampshire, or New England, Michigan, Baltimore, which is Under Armour, Memphis, which is distribution for Nike and for Asics, and possibly New York and LA. Those are your limits, man, unless you're going to make work in retail. And what we're attempting to do is not look at the jobs that are retail jobs. Nothing wrong with working in retail, nothing at all. We're looking at jobs like environmental jobs, litigious jobs or law jobs, C-suite positions, tech, supply chain, logistics, right? Data. We're going to look at all of these jobs, but what we started doing now, because we know how hard this is, we're going to have to get these brands organized, begin working on interviews so you can read this information. And it's going to be on the site. You can go to Arch, you can go right now. And what you're looking at to my side right here is the jobs of interest now available for Nike careers. Not posting every job from Nike. What I'm doing is introducing you to the page for those companies. So let's say this is Wolverine Worldwide. And when you scroll through it, I give you a little bit of a recap on what JoIN is. And then I show you the companies that are within Wolverine Worldwide. Because a lot of the times people that are sneaker culture enthusiasts or sneakerheads may not even know that Wolverine is not the dude with claws, but a company that's based in Michigan. And the companies that are under them are Bates, Cat Footwear, Harley Davidson, Hush Puppies, High Test, Keds, Merrell, Saucony. And I know sneaker culture loves Saucony, and I think Merrell is a brand that is about to shoot through the roof and do what Solomon does with collabs and really good footwear. But you may not even know that those companies have jobs available. So when you go to the site, you'll be able to click through on the link to go to the careers area for Wolverine. You'll be able to find jobs like financial analyst, lead network security engineer, solutions architect at Wolverine Worldwide, which is in data, Saucony product line manager at Wolverine Worldwide. I know I was saying Nike first, but this is the Nike page. Exact same thing. I talk about what JoIN is. I introduce you to SOLEcial Studies, D and Sean, and then I give you Nike Careers homepage. I want it to be a repository of information, right? Apply for senior project engineer. Apply for consumer trends research manager, data. Apply for business system analyst. Apply for environmental health safety management systems lead. And what I hope is that every brand says, hey, Chris, here's information on some important positions that we're looking to fill. I can become a repository of information. Sean and Dee can take on that challenge in Houston and in New York. We have a 3-city strategy that we're going to implement. We're going to try and I'm hoping that we'll be able to pull this together for you guys because it's extremely important. And I hate to keep slapping my hands and stuff like that and it's getting in the mic, but I can't tell you how passionate I am about this. Hopefully you can see it in the way that I'm speaking. And I want everyone who's interested in the sneaker industry to know that work from home has opened the door to a lot of positions at these companies. And if you haven't been paying attention and all you're doing is consuming, I don't want that. The sneaker conference that we're pulling together, the JoIN conference, you see it right over here. You see my mouse moving. It's an event showcasing employment opportunities in the sneaker industry. It is not going to be easy to pull together. I know that. I'm used to challenges. I mean, I used to run a basketball site where I would bring kids in from all over the country to play in a basketball camp. I can organize something like this, but it's going to be a slow trudge towards the finish line. It's not going to be a sprint. But hopefully along the way, there will be so much good content that's compiled that you will decide if you're in college, if you're in a career already and you're looking to transition into a different career. JoIN is going to be a platform that connects people to jobs in the industry. But I'm also going to make it dope. All right? And especially with Dee and Sean, who have these ridiculous connections throughout all of sneaker culture. What we realize is that the majority of the jobs that people think about when they talk about sneakers is design. The industry is more than that. The most important positions tend to be behind the scenes, things that you're not even paying attention to, not retail. It's the people that get the product to retail. It's not the design team, even though that's important, obviously, because it's the way the shoe looks that attracts you to it. But what we want you to know is that there are jobs in fields in the sneaker industry that you can attain if you have an, let's say, an analyst degree for finance, right? If you have a finance degree, you don't have to go to Wall Street. You can, but you can also work for a sneaker company. That means you're going to get the discounts too, right? But, I'm just making sure I put this video up. I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to introduce you guys to JoIN, and shout out to Dee and Sean. And did I say Sean's last name? Williams? All right. But it's important that you know this exists and that we're working on it. And if we can't pull it together, and there's nothing wrong with it. I know a lot of people be like, hey, don't put that negative energy. It's not negative energy. It's reality. If we can't pull it together, the website is going to be a well of information for you to pull from quickly, all in one place, under the banner of I actually have a category tag called JoIN. And you'll be able to type in J, lowercase o, I-N, and you'll be able to search all of the information that I'm going to be putting out, which is going to include interviews, and and some of these interviews are going to have to be nameless, but I'll break them down in a way that you'll understand them, because a lot of people have to go through a lot of HR things to have their names presented in conjunction with a company. But that doesn't mean that they don't want to talk on the record. That just means that there's a lot of paperwork that goes into it. I'm going to pull this together. I want to pull this together. If I fall short, the website will be the base, and you'll be able to get all of this information. You'll be able to contact me. You'll be able to contact Dee. You'll be able to contact Sean. And if we can move this into colleges everywhere across the country, it would be great. If we can't, it's going to be here on the site. And we'll just build from there and work it out. But right now, the two brands that we've focused on so far, and we're going to be doing this every week or so, or every bi-weekly, We've done a Nike careers post. We've done a Wolverine worldwide post. You can go and check it out. You can hit up Sean and Dee on SOLEcial Studies, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, all of these different places. Maybe they do a lot of giveaways too, so maybe you're interested in that. But this has run long. I know a lot of you guys that it's probably going to get a few views, not that many views, and I don't care about that. I care about the people who actually watch this all the way through. And if it's only 10 people that view this, and 10 of you guys apply for a job in the sneaker industry and you get a job, dude, I will be freaking ecstatic. Period. Cue the Mos Def music. Yasin Bey. Respect. That's it, man. JoIN conference. Jobs of interest now available. Check the website. Look for it in the summer. We're trying to pull this together in the summer. But if we can pull it together sooner, then we will. If it's strictly online, then it may be. But we're working through the details. But know that right now you can go to the site and browse these 2 different companies for the jobs, and we'll keep putting these up every week. You'll be able to check it on the site, arch-usa.com. SOLEcial Studies. JoIN, Chris, D, Sean, peace, y'all. I hope you appreciate it, and I hope you take advantage of it. See you on the next one.